When we talk about AI, our minds usually jump to things like self-driving cars or factories, right? But what if its biggest revolution is happening somewhere a little closer to home, like in the classroom? Today, we're diving into how AI is completely shaking up the way we teach and, more importantly, how our kids learn. Let's jump in.
All right, just so you know where this is all coming from, this explainer is based on Chapter 10 of the tutorial, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence by Virtualization Options LLC.
Just take a second and think about this. What if your entire school day, every single lesson, every math problem, was built just for you? Not for the kid next to you, not for the class average, but perfectly tailored to how you learn.
Well, that idea, it's not science fiction anymore. That's exactly what we're going to explore. So let's step inside a new kind of classroom, one that's powered by artificial intelligence.
Forever, pretty much. The classroom has worked one way. You've got one teacher, one lesson, and it's delivered the exact same way to 30 different kids. It's a one-size-fits-all approach. But here's the thing. AI's biggest promise is to just completely shatter that model. The goal is to make learning a deeply personal journey for every single student.
Okay, so how does this actually feel for a student? Let's look at it from their perspective. The absolute game changer here is the idea of a personal AI tutor. Imagine having an expert guide available 24/7 for every single student.
This is what the experts call personalized learning, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's not just about letting you work at your own speed. This is instruction that is constantly, and I mean constantly, adapting to your pace, your unique learning style, and exactly what you do or don't know at any given moment.
So, how does this magic actually work? It's pretty straightforward, really. First, the AI tutor figures out where you're at, your skill level. Then it serves up problems that are right in your sweet spot. The second you answer, bam, you get instant feedback. No more waiting for the teacher to grade your paper. And here's the crucial part. It adjusts in real time. If you're struggling, it slows down and offers help. If you're totally acing it, it gets harder. It keeps you right in that perfect learning zone. And it goes way beyond just tutoring. A student's day could be filled with these kinds of AI tools. You've got AI writing assistants that can help you brainstorm ideas or just check your grammar. There are language apps that give you a tireless partner to practice your pronunciation with. And think about accessibility tools, things like text-to-speech or instant translation. This tech can open up a world of learning for so many more students. It's huge.
Okay, but this whole thing isn't just about the students. What's in it for the teachers? Are they being replaced? Absolutely not. The idea here is that AI becomes the most powerful assistant a teacher has ever had. This right here really paints a picture. Just think about a teacher's work week. Before AI, you could easily spend 10, 15 hours just grading. Tedious, repetitive work. But now, with AI handling a lot of that automated assessment, that time is just given back to the teacher. It's a massive shift away from paperwork and towards the work that really matters, the human work.
And what does that mean in practice? It means more time for that crucial one-on-one interaction with a student who's falling behind, more time to plan creative, engaging lessons, more time for real mentorship. It lets them do what only a human can do.
So, this all sounds pretty amazing, right? A win-win. But, like with any powerful new tool, there's always a flip side. Every tool has its trade-offs.
And these trade-offs, they lead to some really big, really tough questions for schools, for parents, for all of us, really. It's not enough to just look at the benefits. We have to face the challenges AI brings into the classroom, too. So, what are the big worries? Well, there are three main ones. First, over-reliance. If the AI always gives you the answer, are you really learning how to think critically? How do you develop grit when you never have to struggle with the problem? Then, there's privacy. These systems are collecting a ton of data on students. Who owns that data? How is it being used? And maybe the biggest one, equity. What happens if only rich schools can afford these incredible tools? We could end up making the achievement gap even wider than it already is.
And this quote really nails the dilemma, especially when you think about AI writing tools. The challenge for teachers isn't as simple as just banning them. It's about teaching a whole new kind of skill. How do you use AI as a partner, as a tool to help you think, without letting it do all the thinking for you? So you can see, schools are stuck in this constant balancing act. On one hand, you have the incredible potential of personalized learning, but on the other, you have these fundamental priorities. You have to protect student privacy, you have to make sure everyone gets a fair shot, and above all, you have to teach kids how to think for themselves. It's not about picking one, it's about figuring out how to do it all at once. So, when all is said and done, what's the final grade for AI in the classroom? Well, it's not a simple pass or fail. The real story here isn't about technology versus tradition. It's about finding a smart, responsible, and ethical way to blend the two.
And if there's one thing to remember from all of this, it's this. AI in education is not about replacing teachers. It's about empowering them. It's about giving them superpowers, really. Automating the boring stuff so they can focus on the human connection and personalizing the learning journey for every single student.
But this leaves us with one last and maybe most important question to chew on. As these AI tools get better and better at helping us write perfect essays and solve problems instantly, we have to stop and ask ourselves, what is the actual goal of education? Are we trying to create a perfect student who never gets a wrong answer? Or are we trying to forge a creative, resilient, critical thinker who knows how to find the answer? Because how we answer that, well, that's going to define the entire future of learning.